So you've now built some scorecards, some goals to it, some sub goals, and are wondering how can users, your employees or your colleagues actually interact with them. So there are two ways that they can do that in Microsoft Teams, or they can also head over to Power BI service and update the goals from there. So now I'm going to show you how to do that in Teams. To surface Power BI in Microsoft Teams, you can head over to the Apps tab. And because I've added this app previously to my Microsoft Teams, I only have the option to open, but if you've never done that before, you will have an option to add it. As you can see, it surfaces the whole of Power BI service, which is pretty much the same experience as you get if you visit the URL. So if we head over to goals, we can see all of the scorecards that we've created and all of the goals and activities that are assigned to the logged in user. Another way to do that is to create a tab in the team within Microsoft Teams. So if you click on Add a tab, search for Power BI, and now you can select the workspace that you want to pull data from. So we will select sales and marketing and select sales progress. Now when we've got all of our goals and sub-goals available within a team in Microsoft Teams, we can add updates to our goals. So because this is a value that is being pulled from a Power BI report, there is no way to update that manually. So it will update automatically once the data underneath the report, so the data set updates. But what we can do, we can actually add a note and say the reason why margin hasn't changed is because our sales dropped. And this is a way you can provide updates to your colleagues or your managers to explain why the values are what they are. You can also update the state of the tasks. So let's say that this task is now behind and save that. And you'll be able to see all of the check-ins and all of the people's activity below here. What you can also do is that you can open the report that the value is connected to. So let's do that. As you can see, this is how easy it is to actually connect your goals to whatever's underneath it and to view these values easily without the need to head over to a specific place to open a report. It's all within a tab in Microsoft Teams. So now let's head over to a different scorecard, which I have just created a tab for. So this is a scorecard I created yesterday. So I've already provided some updates as to the progress. And you can see that Power BI has identified what the trend is, even though there is not much data to base this on just yet. But if we click on it and view the history, we can actually see what the percentage change between these two updates was. So let's try and edit this value. So let's assume that we've made a mistake and this is not 12,500 but 13,000 and include a note explaining that. Let's save that. And you can now see that there are updates by this amber icon next to the notes section. So This is truly how simple it is to keep track of all of the goals that are assigned to you or assigned to different employees. What are the current values? What are the targets? It's truly easy, simple, and the fact that you can then build reports based on this data is absolutely revolutionary for me, where employees are involved from the beginning until the end in keeping the business going. Please let me know if there is anything that I haven't covered in this video or anything else that you would like to see. I'll be more than happy to explain this in more detail in another video or a blog post. So have a good evening, have a good day, have a good night. Not sure what time you're watching this one, not sure where you're based, but let's keep in touch.